What's up, everybody? Welcome to Friendship Frequency. This is a podcast where we talk about our real life struggles and what has worked for us. We get vulnerable and discuss our everyday lives, and we invite you to go on this journey to better yourself right along with us. I'm Tab Johnson.
And I'm Aaron Winhorn.
And this is who we are, and this is what we do.
Hola, my friend.
Hola, hola. Hi.
What's
Happy
going on?
Sunday. Well,
Right.
Friday when you guys hear this.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been a day, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah?
We went to the
Let's hear
gym.
about it.
Yeah, we went to the gym, did legs, butt, abs. Bro, some of those machines, like you look at the picture and you're like, that's not how my body works.
Right?
My
My
leg
body
doesn't.
my body don't move that way.
My leg doesn't bend that way. So of course, I try it. And I'm like, no, that must be intermediate level, not beginner level.
Right?
But yeah, it was a good workout, and then still struggling with the runs. As much as I've been doing it, my breathing is like stellar. But this left calf, man. So I don't know if I need to roll it out, keep stretching it. But I did a quick run and then we went to Costco. Oh my God. So listen, I'm famous for waiting till the last minute for grocery shopping for a holiday or Christmas shopping or any sort of shopping before some big event. I despise it. Like, ugh.
I can imagine it was a zoo there.
Dude, it was wild. Wild. Like, people just lose all sense of politeness and just in Costco, they're on a new level now. So when you walk in, you got to scan your little card. You can't just show it anymore and walk in. Well, Jason's doesn't have his picture on the back of it. So he like scans it and they're like, "Sir, can we see your ID?" Whoa, Costco, calm down.
Wow. So they literally still have people at the door.
Yeah, they still have people at the door even though you scan your card to get in. Because if your card doesn't like show your picture, or like my card has my picture on the back of it. And I
Yeah.
think so when I scan mine, a picture pops. And then Jason's doesn't, so he doesn't have a picture that comes up. So they ask you for your ID to make sure you're not like using someone else's card to get into Costco. I mean, listen, I get it. It exclusive membership, but really, is it that serious? Like, come on.
I mean,
So,
my conspiracy theory trigger sense went off when I heard that Costco was going to do that.
right. I'm sure a
You know,
lot of people's did. A
just a
lot
way
of
to
people.
cut jobs that they got to fill. But
Yeah,
if
they
they
still
still
had
got
people
people
standing there
there,
though. Yeah. They had people standing there, and of course they have the people standing at the when you're on your way out to check your receipt.
yeah,
So, yeah, we walked out $1,000 later. Right? Right.
you
Right.
you better got some fucking prime rib for that.
No, that would have put us over that. Like, and I do prime rib for Christmas, but
I know where I'm coming for Christmas.
listen, I was like, Jason, we have to go. Like, my anxiety level is 1,000. Like, I'm going to swing on a bitch in here. We have got to go. He's like, okay, let's leave. So, but yeah, then came home, been cleaning house and getting ready for the week, and nothing super exciting, but Sunday reset. So,
Right.
how about for you?
Got up, went to an AA meeting this morning,
Right on.
and then went and had brunch with a longtime friend. Talked for a couple hours, then went and got my hairs cut.
I
Looking
was
pretty
about to say,
fly.
you are looking
Yeah.
awfully dapper, sir. You are looking awfully dapper.
Shout out to I think it's Modesto Barbershop in Auburn.
Yep. I keep trying to tell Jason that's where he should go, that you were telling me about it. And he likes the shave and all that stuff. So it's Auburn though, and
I mean,
that's a
they straight razor me every time, so
Mhm.
you see these clean lines.
That's called crispy lines.
Yeah,
Crispy. Crispy. For those of us that have done hair in the past, it's called a crispy hairline.
yeah. I mean,
Right
my
on.
past barber was an Asian guy, and he did all right, and it was like $40, and I always bitch, after a tip, it was like $42 or something like that, because I always get my beard trimmed too. So
Dude, I was about to say your beard and everything is lined up. You are
yeah,
looking dapper, sir. Heck
so
yeah.
I started going to this Modesto, and it cost me about $60 every time I go. I like
You
to
know,
give a
though,
good tip because they do a good job. So
yeah, I'm a firm believer, like, when it comes to like stuff like that, like haircuts, massages, any sort of service like that, you get what you pay for.
yeah,
And I know, and
for sure.
obviously people will say, oh, yeah, it's easy for Tabitha to say that. She used to do hair. I mean, listen, if you guys knew what all went into it, $60 for what you get is, I mean, they take care of you. So,
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
right on.
I wouldn't pay $60 for the place I went to before, but I
Yeah.
definitely pay it here. They always do a good job and make me look pretty fly. So for a white guy,
Pretty flat for a white guy. That was the
right?
jam back in the day.
Yeah, and then went and did some grocery shopping for the week,
Right on.
and so yeah. Yesterday, I went and met up with Kimberly Bain. She made me my fly.
Shout out Kim Baines.
Yeah, my
Heck
keto up
yeah.
tumbler, root
That's
beer
awesome.
float. My favorite flavor.
That's freaking awesome. She does such a good job with those.
She
Have you seen
does.
the ones that she does that's like the rhinestone ones?
Yeah,
I don't think it's bedazzled, but like the rhinestone ones. She
yeah.
told me it takes her like 4.5, almost 5 days to do one of those.
That's crazy.
Dude, let's be real. My patience in the first 30 minutes would have been like, I'm good.
Right.
Somebody else can finish
Glue,
that.
gluing each rhinestone in there.
Right.
Yeah,
This little corner. Yep, let's put them all over. Nope, I'm good. Yeah, she's super
yeah.
talented with that stuff. So, shout out to Kim. I know I need to have her make me a pickle couple, and I found one that I liked, and then I lost the design, and then she was at some vendor event in Eatonville, and I went out and saw her there just to kind of support or whatever. And there was this other lady there that had this sticker that said, "I'm not just the veteran's wife, I'm the veteran." I was like,
Yeah.
yo, I need that sticker. So I tried to like get a picture on the sly so I could like give it to Kim to make it.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll find it again eventually. We'll see. And my pickle cup design. It's got to be perfect for that. So it is what it is.
Right. You and your pickle addiction.
Listen, I could be addicted to a lot of things. Okay. If pickles and let's be clear, it's not any pickles. Bread and butter pickles are gross. Ew. Only dill pickles and spicy dill pickles. Not bread and butter or sweet pickles or whatever the other junk that people eat. That's gross. So,
Sweet pickles.
ew, God. I
See,
can't even
I like some sweet pickles on like a burger or something like that.
ugh, I can't even wrap my brain around like it's like a oxymoron. Sweet pickles, like I can, ew, gross. That's one of those things where I'm just like, okay, if that works for you.
Right.
I did have the
People.
fried pickle ranch burger from Burger King. As a pickle connoisseur, which I identify as, don't waste your time, people. Don't waste your time. Don't waste the calories. Don't waste
Yeah.
your cheat meal. Just drive
I mean,
past it.
most anything that comes out of a fast food place isn't
Yeah,
too
that
good.
was my after softball when I played Friday night.
Hmm.
That was like one of the 3 options that I had that were still open. And we went through and I was like, "Oh my god, a fried pickle ranch burger?" Absolutely. It's like they knew I was coming.
Right.
Yeah, no, don't. It is
I
gross.
will I will down a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich though.
Hmm. Hmm. Can't go wrong with that. Mhm.
I had to have that for an early dinner last night going out to meet Kimberly to get this tumbler. I was like, I'm gonna do some Chick-fil-A. Why
You
not?
were out here last night then, huh?
I was. I went up to the South Hill Mall and met her.
It's fine. It's fine.
We
Not
saw
that I
each
live out
other.
not that I live out here or anything. It's fine.
Well, you live in bumfuck Egypt, but we
Whoa,
we
easy, killer. It
we
takes
we
me 25 minutes to get to the mall.
we saw each other at the walk, which I was late to,
That's okay.
and I tried to run, and my body wasn't having it.
Yeah. Dude, that's what I feel like when I run right now. And I don't know if it's like because I'm lifting so heavy, or I say heavy, I might exaggerate a little bit, but because I'm lifting so much, or if it's from the injury from a year ago, like that left calf, I am trying to tell you, that thing feels like it is going to explode. Only on the treadmill. When I'm out at the walk and I run, my little distances at the walk, I feel like it doesn't hurt as bad. But then if I'm walking, or like if we're walking and it's at a faster pace until it gets warmed up, I feel the same way. So, yeah, I get it. When your body don't want to cooperate, be ready to park this sucker on the couch. So, yeah.
Yeah, I hit the gym Friday morning, or not Friday morning, but Friday after work. So I'm going lifting weights, and I was like, I've been trying to get back into, like, I was pretty dedicated before, like walking on the
Mhm.
treadmill, like 3.5 miles an hour at 15-degree incline for like 45 minutes.
Oh,
And
no.
I was pretty regiment with that. And I just
Yeah.
can't seem to get back there. But got on the treadmill. I was like, jump on and do like 10 minutes. And I do the intervals. So
Mhm.
I'll sprint for, you know, what is it, 30 seconds, and then rest for a minute 30,
Mhm.
and then sprint again. And the first treadmill I jumped on, it started moving on its own. And there was no program in it. And so I hit the emergency stop button. It stops. And then I wait like 30 seconds, go to flip it back on, and the thing's still turning on its own.
Creepy. That one's
I'm
haunted.
like,
Get off of that
I
one.
think this treadmill's like possessed or something.
I tried to at our gym, we have those. Have you seen the treadmills that are like the funny shape, like almost curled kind of?
Yeah,
Do you know what
those
I'm
are
talking
stupid.
about?
Yeah.
So I tried that one at first, but it's like self powered. So it kind of goes at your pace or whatever, or you set the pace on it.
Yeah.
But it sinks. Like when you run and you step down, it kind of sinks. And that threw me off. It scared me. So I got off of it. I
Yeah.
need the regular old
The
school treadmill.
the elliptical does that for me too.
I don't even like the elliptical. My feet go numb.
Really?
I have a whole ass elliptical in my workout room, and I never get on it ever because my feet go numb.
Interesting.
There's probably a blockage or something. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't say that. Right. Yeah, speaking of health, I I've been struggling to get back on like eating pretty healthy. I've been making some poor food choices, eating too much, eating junk food.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of been a struggle for me lately.
Yeah, I get that though. Especially, not that we've even got into the holidays time of year yet. I
Right.
don't think, honestly, for me, if I'm being 100% honest, every day is a holiday, and I can look. I went to the gym this morning. I better eat a Reese's peanut butter cup. I
Right.
get that. I get that 100%. And I think a lot of people get that, especially the overeating for me. I
Yeah.
eat generally pretty healthy, like as far as what we're eating. Like tonight, I'm going to do grilled chicken, marinated chicken with some vegetable stir fry and some rice. Like, so what I'm eating is generally healthy, but the amount
Yeah.
that I'm eating is always, I think, out of whack. So I totally get that.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a mentality of fuck it, let me just do this? Or is it because Aaron, like you're generally pretty knowledgeable with what you should be eating and what you shouldn't be eating and what works for your body. So what do you think makes you throw caution to the wind and be like, fuck it, let's eat it?
I don't know specifically, but I definitely say fuck it.
Yeah.
I have no excuse. Like, I know when I was pretty regimented on what I was eating before, I just didn't buy certain things, rice bread, pasta,
Right.
potatoes, because I know myself if I have it in the house, I'm gonna eat it. And I allowed myself to eat it once in a while, so it wasn't like I
Mm-hmm.
was, you know, missing it or anything. This new job's got me a little thrown off, but that's just an excuse, like, because there's like every Tuesday's Taco Tuesday, and they got
Hell
tortilla
yes.
chips, and so I've been making the choice to make nachos, even though there's like a salad bar, with everything.
Yeah.
It's just making poor choices, and then it's compounded. And I haven't stepped on the scale to know, you
Don't
know,
fuck
the
her.
how
She's
much
a
weight
lion
that
heifer.
yeah, I I haven't jumped on the scale to see how much weight that I've gained. I mean, when I'm going to the gym, I'm strictly lifting weights. I'm
Yeah.
building muscle, so I know that that's going to counteract it. But I also know how I feel and how my clothes are fitting that I'm like gaining weight, and I just need to get back to a point of when I started doing ketones. I was on a pretty strict regimen. I was in a calorie deficit. I weighed all my food. I was pretty strict on what I ate, and lost 100 pounds pretty quickly. And slowly but surely, I allowed myself to make those poor food
Yeah.
choices.
It's like it creeps in.
Yeah, it's
You
slow.
know what I mean? Like,
It's
yeah,
not
it's
like
not like
that.
all of a sudden it like creeps in and like one thing leads to the next, to the next, to the next. And before you know it, like now you've went back to old habits and old ways and things that got you unhealthy in the first place. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like for me, dude, Mountain Dew, 100%. And like someone can drink one around me and I literally have to keep myself from that. Not that I wish death on them, let's be clear. But like in my mind, I'm like, it would not bother me at all if they choked on it right now. Like I miss it. Like I do miss it sometimes. I mean, I might, and a lot of people don't know that. Like, when I say for 20 years, the only fluid that went in my body was Mountain Dew, like morning, noon, night, wake up, tired, whatever. Literally, that was the only fluid that went in my body. And I could kill a 12 pack in a day like it was nothing. And so it starts to creep. And I'll even justify it to myself. Well, I'll get a Dr. Pepper. It's not Mountain Dew. I'll
right.
get a Dr. Pepper. It's
It's
not
just
as bad as Mountain
one's
Dew.
not going to hurt me.
Yeah, exactly. And it's easy to fall back in that loop for sure. For sure. I totally get that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a struggle. It's like any addiction. Like, food's probably like the worst addiction to have, because
So you have to have
you
it.
have to have it. And it's not like porn or drinking or
Mhm.
drugs. I mean, all those cigarettes,
Mhm.
soda, you don't have to have those things. But food's the one thing that you have to
Mhm.
still have. And then build a healthy relationship with it and realize that, food is just to nourish your body.
Right.
And,
Right. If
it's,
you think
it's,
about it though, like America in general, like the United States of America in general, our culture, and then even if you break it down into individual cultures, like something great happens, great, let's barbecue.
right.
Something sad happens, cool, I'll bring some food over to feed you
Yeah.
and your family. Everything is centered around food, whether it's celebratory, it's death, it's whatever, you know? Like as a culture, food is so much just a focus point in our culture and society that, you know, it's hard to break that mentality. I think it's at least for me. Like my automatic reaction is, "Oh, it's somebody's birthday. Oh, we better plan dinner." Like, and I
Hmm.
better figure out. And listen, y'all, I cook. Like, and when I say I cook, like I throw down.
She
And
does. I can vouch for that.
like it's like the most fattiest, like, and in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's good for you because it's from scratch. It's all natural ingredients, like with,
Right.
25,000 calories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it
it's
all comes
hard.
down to calories in versus calories
Hmm.
out.
And I'm like you right now, like, because I'm lifting, I just have decided to stay off of the scale altogether because I know that I will build muscle faster than I will lose fat. So the last time I stepped on the scale, I had gained weight, and it typically probably would have sent me in a spiral. But
Yep.
then I had to catch myself and say, okay, you're in the gym, you're lifting, like, this is how your body does. But my clothes feel better, my skin looks better, like all of these things, I feel better. My cardio, even my little Apple Watch told me that my cardio fitness was better. So,
I mean, it's crazy because like when I kind of focused my journey on, building muscle, because you know there was over 10 years where I didn't do nothing, and I got pretty weak,
mhm,
and I had lost a lot of muscle mass, and
like
so
atrophy.
yeah, so when
Yeah.
I decided to get healthy and I had lost quite a bit of weight, and I kind of changed my focus to building that muscle again. When you're building muscle, kind of it talks about carb loading before you go
Mhm.
work out, and then large amounts of protein afterwards,
Mhm.
and that you're supposed to eat more. So that kind of tricked my mind into like, okay, it's okay to start eating that stuff you weren't eating before when you were trying to lose, the
Yeah.
fat, cutting out carbs and stuff like that. So I would say that that was probably like the start of the excuses creeping back in my
Dude,
head.
that's huge. That
Yeah.
and let me tell you why I think that's so huge. Because I literally said that to myself this morning. Because I don't know enough about, like, know what good nutrition is. But as far as like weighing it out, or macros, I guess should say,
Yeah.
like I don't really know the macro stuff to it. I know how much protein I should be shooting for every day, but that's about it if I'm being
Yeah.
100% honest. So when I do get like what you just said, the carb loading and the eat after, I literally said that to myself. So that's huge because now hearing that, like I know how easy it would be for me to do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, thanks for saying that because that just kind of shook me a little bit.
Not a problem. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, and I think a lot of people maybe struggle with the same thing. Like there's so much information, and, you don't know unless you go and get someone to hire someone to help you that has experience or that you can tell them what you're struggling with or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I think trying to figure it out on your own sometimes is more overwhelming, and then the food prep and the carb load and it gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
And then
that.
the other day, I was actually thinking about, I had a friend that I was training with, and he had a service where he made, sold prepaid meals. And I,
Okay.
and I, I thought about doing that, because it comes back to sometimes of like being lazy and not wanting to
Yeah.
cook. Like, I don't mind cooking,
Mhm.
but I'm just,
But that's
it's kind of the
realistic
last,
though, Aaron.
yeah,
That's realistic. Like Jason and I were in Costco today and he was like, we were looking at the protein shakes or whatever cuz we grab one and have it in the morning after we work out at the gym. And he's like, or we could just get the bag of, the protein and make our own. I was like, okay, let's be for real. Like, you have to meet yourself where you're at. I'm
yeah,
never going to make that shake in the morning. I'm just not going to do it. I know I'm not. So I'm going to need the ones that are already pre-mixed so I literally can grab it out of the fridge and go.
right,
Like, so not wanting to meal prep and stuff like that, I think that's just being truthful and honest with yourself and realistic about where you're at. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that for sure.
No, I mean, it builds like, the routine,
Mhm.
doing it.
Mhm.
Like, if I took every Sunday to meal prep, I would have better success.
Yeah, so would I. Everybody.
Yeah.
But life
But
happens and I'm cleaning my house for people to come over on Thanksgiving and I'm trying to get ready for the rest of the week. I have a sick kid. Like, I mean, you have to meet yourself where you're at. You know what I mean? I think that I've actually tried to get Jason to sign on for the already made meals, even if you only do like 3 or 4 a week
yeah,
or less than that. That's 3 or 4 less that you have to worry about. And, it gives you the option of what kind of meal you want as far as like vegan, keto friendly, you know, whatever, paleo, whatever your diet is.
yeah,
So I think that's an awesome idea. You should ask
yeah.
your friend if he can do a 2-for-1 deal.
I'll have to find
Just
out
saying.
if he's still doing it, because I know at the time he had a gym and he doesn't have the gym anymore. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, I think him and his wife or girlfriend at the time were doing it.
Right on.
I'll have to
I
reach
mean,
out to
and
him.
obviously that's, I say for me, like I don't know that much about the macros and stuff like that. Yeah, I could read and educate
Yeah,
myself on it and all of that. But
but
again,
who's got the time for that?
it comes down to the realistics of a crunch in time, you know? So I just try and do the best that I can literally sometimes each meal. Like if I don't have it planned out for the entire day, I mean, it just is what it is. I have to do what I can and, you know, give myself grace because I know I'm going to mess up. That if anything's guaranteed, that for sure is.
Yeah,
So, you know, just try and give myself grace. And I always start, the one thing that I'm pretty consistent about is I always start with protein. Like, because in the back of my mind, I can't let go of if you eat more protein, you'll feel fuller longer.
yeah.
So that's where I try and start at least and
But
go
that's
from there.
facts, right?
So, but yes, if I could afford a personal chef that could have all of these things done and ready to go and someone to clean my house and all the things, I would spend the money on it if I had it. I'm just saying.
I need to find me one of those, a cook and a house
Right?
cleaner.
Dude, same. Me too.
Maybe they can
Me
provide
too.
something else along the way.
Yeah. Right? Show me exactly what your talents are. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God. I
Back to
think
that.
it's. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say back to that hanging bed.
Oh God. Damn it, Aaron. Jesus. Not me blushing. Y'all, I don't blush very often. Jesus. Oh my God. If
If
you
you
don't
don't
know what
know it,
that's about, yeah, you're bad.
there's a reel on our page. You got to go find it.
Or not. It's fine too. My God, Aaron. No, I definitely think more people struggle with that than probably even that we realize. I'm working out hard and I'm, you know, training to go back and play softball and, running and doing all these things. Here's where I struggle, not seeing results as fast as I would like to see them.
All right. Instant gratification.
Oh, and I am for sure an instant gratification person. For sure. No doubt about it. I feel better and I can tell a difference in my clothes and stuff like that. And if I'm being 100% honest, I can play the comparison game like a pro. Like a pro. There is this little girl that comes in my gym. And I say little girl because she's tiny. But she's not just tiny, she's like fit. And I watched her work out today, like trying to just see if her form versus my form. And it's all the same, you know. It's it's all of that, but and then I have to tell myself, don't compare yourself to your chapter 1 to her chapter who knows.
Yeah.
Cuz she's ripped. She's ripped, not like just overly, but like she's physically fit. She's gorgeous. And her body, you can tell she takes a lot of pride in her body and, takes care of herself and isn't all, it's not for the gram. You know what I mean? Like you can tell it's not just for her social media or whatever. It's like truly who she is. And she's seen me get on a machine and start working out. And I just kind of happened to glance over at her and she was like, that was awesome. And I was like, you spoke to me. Hey, girl.
Right.
Hey. I was
Yeah,
like, yep.
that's the biggest deterrent right there is comparing yourself to other people.
Yeah.
It's never a good idea for sure.
Dude, I used to be so bad about it. Think about it. I was so bad about it. And I don't even know if I ever told anybody that because I know that,
Yeah.
but you can't help it sometimes. But now, with the mindset that I have and the growth that I've done, it's one of those things where I'm just like, you can't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 10.
Yeah.
And I'll get there. I'll get
I
there.
mean, for me, I don't think I ever compare myself to an individual person. I compare
Mhm.
myself like in the past I thought, okay, I'm 48, so this is probably 45, 40 years old. I'm like, I should have a house, I should be financially stable, I
Like
should
life
have a
stuff. Okay.
I should
Okay.
have a marriage or kids, just that all that type of life stuff in general. But
Mhm.
I mean, I'm glad that I've realized that I'm where I need to be, and there's no expectations. Everybody kind of has their own life story and their own journey and their own path to get there.
Yeah.
I would encourage you, don't compare yourself to anybody.
Yeah. No, for real. I mean, that's a real thing. But I didn't even it's crazy that you say that because it didn't like the life stuff for me is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I obviously am married, have 3 kids, a house, all those things. But it's funny because there's times where I'm like, dang, Aaron's single. Like that life, I can go to the gym, I can do what I want, I can do this. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I wouldn't trade my life for anything, but and I'm super blessed to have what I have in my life. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I no longer feel that way. The 12 steps promises, talk about being able to be, just basically accepting things
Mm-hmm.
as they are at that moment rather than, well, that's not really the way it is, but I just don't think that I need to be anywhere. Like,
Right.
I may not have the most money in the world. I may not have a relationship, or I'm not married. I do have a relationship. I'll take that back. But,
Mm-hmm.
I no longer worry about financial insecurity. I no longer
Yeah.
worry about the small stuff. I
Yeah.
worry about what I can control. So, I enjoy the freedom. I don't know if I could be married, like, especially at this stage in my life. I like my freedom.
I don't know if Aaron could be married at this stage in his life either, friends. Just saying.
Right?
No, I'm kidding. I think it takes, I mean, God, we could do a whole separate episode on marriage. Lord knows that. But, you know, even in this journey, like now having Jason with me and, he's doing his thing in the gym and I'm doing my thing and we're both trying to get healthy and better. And, he's talking to his guy friends at work about what they do in the gym. And I'm talking to Aaron about what I do in the gym. And it's just a different dynamic now in our relationship. But it's so fun though. Like watching us kill ourselves today in the gym, like we were side by side, we were switching machines back and forth for sets. And dude, hearing both of us, oh my God. And then trying to stand up, like it was, I mean, it's fun. It really is fun. But yeah, it's just a different dynamic now and, you know, a
I
different
love that for you
chapter.
guys. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
a different chapter for us. And, and for those of you that don't know Jason in person, I'll be the first to tell you that my husband is a whole ass snack. Like, he's hot. So when we go in the gym, my eyes, listen, I'm checking it from all angles to make sure nobody's getting out of pocket. Like, I'm just saying, like, because
Jason, you hear that?
he knows,
He
trust
knows.
and believe. He knows. But like, to have that dynamic now and to push each other and he will push me. Like the military, I think, comes out in both of us. And we push each other really hard, and especially those last few that you got to get in that set that want to make you cry. But yeah, it's just a different dynamic now, and I love it. I'm here for it. So yeah, we're doing pretty good with that. So I don't
That's
know how that
cool.
related to what you said, but that felt like I needed to say that.
No, it's good. So, I mean, me and you talked before this episode, and
Yeah.
I really didn't want to do. I wasn't
Yeah.
feeling doing any podcast tonight.
Yeah.
And I think we've kind of changed the format, or we're just kind of free flowing it and just
Mhm.
going where it may be, unless we have a guest on or we have a specific topic to talk about. So I'm glad that we did this.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. This is what it would be like if we were in person having our
Mhm.
normal conversations, except for I haven't squirreled out yet. Typically, I squirrel out, and Aaron has to kind of bring me back in. I haven't done that yet, but night's young. We'll see.
Right? Yeah,
No,
it's
I think
awesome.
this is more comfortable, more, even more authentic than what we were already being because we were already being authentic, but this is just how our friendship is anyway. And this, I think, kind of opens the door for people to understand truly what our friendship is like. If you've ever spent any amount of time around Aaron and I, this is literally what it is. Like, we talk out stuff. Typically it's me talking out my crap and Aaron's listening. So,
Facts.
but yeah, but this is, it's real life, you guys. Like we go through real life stuff too, and our moments where we don't have it and we don't feel like working out, or we make the wrong choice with food, and the discipline isn't always there. But the the good thing is that we have the ability to reach out to each other, Aaron told me that he was struggling a little bit. And my first thought to him, or my first statement to him was, where's your head at? Aaron is famous for telling me that I have crazy people that live in my head and I probably shouldn't stay in there with them. Not in so many words. He's like, there's crazy people in there. Get out of there.
Yeah.
But, that's the good thing about having, a friend, an ally, not just a friend, but an ally and someone that will help you, call you on your shit. Number 1. Number 2, will hold your hand and guide you through the dark if that's what you need. Aaron has done that for me plenty of times. Plenty of times. So the least I
Yeah.
can do is show up for him.
I'm the more reserved one, obviously. If you haven't learned from like watching all these podcasts, I rarely talk about what's going on with me, and there's not always something going on with me. Just sometimes I get in some, moods. Like it's hard for me to identify what I'm actually
Yeah.
what's going on with me. I
I
mean,
even asked you that too.
yeah.
I even asked you that. Yeah. Can you name
Like
them?
I can't identify a specific feeling. I
Mm-hmm.
just, not eating right, obviously. I'm not going to feel good because I'm not feeding my body the right types of foods,
Mm-hmm.
you
And
know.
that's such a big one.
Yeah.
Like that literally will change everything, I think. Not everything as in it will fix all your problems, but if you don't feel good mentally, or if you're not fueling your body the way that it takes its toll. Like it really does take its toll.
Yeah.
So,
Sleep too's that way,
God,
and
yeah.
yeah, if you're
Shout
not
out
getting the
to my
proper
mom,
sleep,
Lisa. Shout
right.
out to my mom, Lisa. She got me a new sleep, or you know what? Shout out to my mom, Lisa. We'll just go with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. We'll
She's a
edit that
respiratory
out.
therapist. Yeah, she's a respiratory therapist, and she is the best at what she does.
Yeah.
And she takes care of me. So I'm super grateful for that. Sleep
Yeah.
is a whole new thing these days. Thank God.
I've had one for years and I swear by it. I'm trying to get away from it because I hate wearing the fucking Darth Vader mask.
Dude, I ask Jason every night, is it sexy? Don't lie. And he's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I know. Control yourself.
That's fucking hilarious.
Last night I put mine on and then I was laying there and I have the full face one too. I was laying there and I was like, fuck, I gotta go pee. So I just disconnected the hose instead of taking the whole thing off.
Yeah.
Because I had just got it set like comfortable. So I just disconnected the hose and went to the bathroom and I come
I've
back
done
out
that
and
before.
I was like, I know. Control yourself. Keep your hands to yourself, sir.
Fucking love that. That's awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Joe
And
Rogan's been
top that with my Tiger Balm that I've been putting on my shoulder because my shoulder's tweaked.
right.
You guys dream about that later tonight. Yep, you're welcome.
Here we go.
Right? Oh my
Yeah.
God. What were you going to say, Joe Rogan? What?
Well, I was gonna say I've been listening to Joe Rogan. He's been promoting this sleep guard thing, I forget the name
Oh, I
of
think
it,
I know
but
what you're talking about. It's like is it a mouthpiece?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've
And I've
seen it
been trying.
before. Yeah.
I bought a couple of them actually because they were cheap. Because obviously when you got sleep apnea, you snore.
Right.
Plus, it's supposed to help with sleep apnea, but I'm so used to wearing the mask. Like I find myself having anxiety, not being able to sleep without having the mask on because I've worn it for so long
Yeah.
and it's, given me such quality of sleep, but I just don't want to be tied down to that thing anymore.
Right. It
You
is
know?
like, it is. I mean, if you don't have a CPAP, you guys, like it is a whole ass setup.
Yeah.
And I forgot to put water in mine last night. Let me tell you that story. I forgot to put water in mine last night and at one point woke up and like had to peel my lips off my teeth so I could open, like move them because it was so dry. My
Yeah.
God. But like it is a whole ass setup and you're like connected to a tube and all of this. So they are like very cumbersome as far as that goes. And like, just like I said, when I had to get up and go to the bathroom, I had the choice of either taking the whole mask off and loosening the straps on everything or
Yeah.
just disconnecting the hose and going to the bathroom. So I see, yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah. And you can't kiss your partner once you got it on. So
I mean, it depends. Hey, to each their own. I'm just saying. You
I
never
mean,
know. Like, I'll keep you
I
posted.
I,
Just,
I don't know how that's gonna work when your mouth is covered. So
I mean, Jason might want me to shut up every now and then. You never know. I'm just saying. Could be worse.
right.
No, it is. There's definitely a lack of intimacy, or there's not a lack of intimacy. Don't get me wrong. I'll take the fucking mask off in a second, but
Right.
like, it's there's no spontaneity. There's no spontaneous. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I get it. Does the mouthpiece like it moves your jaw, right? Like it pushes your bottom jaw
Yeah.
forward or something?
It brings your lower jaw forward. It's got like multiple settings that you can, bring
Right
it
on.
out.
Yeah. I think I've seen the video on it. It was a
Yeah.
doctor, I think, that was talking about it, but I've never tried
Yeah.
one though.
I mean, I'm trying to get used to it because I want to get away from using the CPAP. Like if it works,
Do you think it's a security thing?
I
Like
think
the
it is.
mask? Yeah,
Yeah, because
I could
I've
see that.
worn it for so long. I mean, it's
Yeah.
been probably 15 years every night wearing the thing.
Hmm.
Like,
Even when we
I mean,
travel, like you
yeah,
have it, right, Aaron? Yeah.
I do. Yeah. And it sucks like carrying it with me. It
Yeah.
takes up luggage space that could be for other stuff.
Right.
But, my sleep apnea was so bad. Like I went and saw my respiratory specialist or whatever they're called. I don't know, probably 5, 6 months ago. And she says when you first got tested, you stopped breathing like 83 times a night,
Oh,
like
that's
83
wild.
events, like stopping breathing.
Yeah.
And if you can imagine, like, stopping breathing that much time in a nighttime and like how
Yeah.
little sleep you actually get.
Hmm.
And so when I went and, saw my specialist, she's like, you're down to 1.2 events a night wearing
Dude,
that mask.
that's huge.
Yeah. And so
My God.
it's kind of a security thing for me at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
too, and I don't think, go ahead.
it was so bad that I was falling asleep at the wheel driving to work in the morning. Like before I started using it, like I
Yeah.
remember I was working for a cable company and my first job was in Snohomish and I'm driving up Highway 18 and I wake up and literally 20 feet in front of me is the end of the guardrail. I'm like driving on the shoulder and I just whipped it over and there was really no safe place to pull over on Highway 18. So I had to pretty much get to Sammamish before, and I pulled over and I took a 2 hour nap in order for me
Jesus.
to complete my day and not fall asleep driving.
That's so
So,
scary. That's so
yeah,
scary. No, what I was going to say is like people don't realize how much your quality of sleep affects so many other aspects of your health.
yeah,
Like I didn't know that, and my mom's a respiratory therapist. I had no. She's told me before, "Oh, Tabitha, like you snore, you probably aren't sleeping that well at night." Okay, well, whatever. Like whatever. And until I started going down this health journey and like really started working out and got consistent and started really paying attention and Googled and read some things, like I was like, whoa, you
Yeah,
know,
it can
like,
kill
yeah,
you,
it can absolutely freaking kill you. Yeah,
starving
that's
your brain
wild.
of oxygen.
Yep. Yep. And listen, I can saw down logs with the best of them. Let's not lie. You
Trust
know,
me, I know.
you, you guys see how he does that? Rude.
Yeah. Staying at the ocean.
Yeah.
I was like, who is that? Jason or Tabitha or
No, it was
James?
me. Jason doesn't snore at all.
Well,
He does if he's like really, really tired. And even then, it's like just a light, you know, maybe breathing heavy, but snore.
uh,
But
see, and
me,
I always had this conception that people that had sleep apnea were just strictly overweight, but that's not the
mm-hmm.
case.
No,
My doctor was like, she's like, I can always tell who has sleep apnea just by looking at their neck, the shape of their neck.
really.
Yeah.
See, I've never heard that before either. That's wild.
She's like, you
I
never
guess
get
that
rid
makes
of it no
sense, though.
matter how
Yeah.
much weight you lose.
Yeah, that makes sense, though. That really makes sense. My sister, if you guys ever saw her in person, she has, and if she listens to this, let me just say it out loud now. Jasmine, I'm not clowning you. I love you. I'm using you for medical purposes. Like, she just is built where she does not have like a very defined neck, even more so than mine. My mom was the same way. And me, my mom, my sister, I mean, we can saw them down like nothing. Like
Yeah.
nothing.
Now look
Yeah.
at our necks. We have no
Yeah.
neck.
Yeah. No neck whatsoever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy.
now having, my mask and my machine, and I've only had it for about a week, night and day difference. I was
Yeah.
waking up, like physically waking up probably 4 and 5 times a night. And at first I was thinking, this is just where I'm at in life. Like I didn't
Yeah.
think about it. And then downloaded this app and recorded myself. It's called Sleep Monitor, and recorded myself. My God, you want to talk
Right.
about humbling? I mean, one, not only does it record every snore, it records everything. It records you talking, and it's called Dream Talk. I mean, any noise. It will record you farting. Like let's be real. It will record all the things. And I would play it back in the morning, just listen to like, and there'd be like 15 clips of me just sawing logs. And I sent it to my mother in law, and I'm like, Lisa, I got to do something. Like, it's scaring
Yeah.
me now. And so, but yeah, so the last week has been night and day.
I'm surprised like that you're able to get used to it that fast. Like I struggled
I've had
with
one in the past before.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had one in the past before. I've had several.
Yeah.
I've had several. The ones before were only like the nose pillows. So it only covered my nose, but I'm a mouth breather.
Yeah.
So I would just pop my mouth open. And I don't think it ever did what it was supposed to do because of that. This is the first time I've ever had the full face.
Yeah.
And it's literally night and day difference.
Yeah.
So,
I used to have to use distilled water, but I don't use water anymore. I raw dog it. So
yeah.
yeah. I hate the nose pillows though, because they irritate my nose, and
Yeah.
so I have to do a full face too.
Yeah. I really like this one that I have. Like, it's just right for, because Lisa says my nose is really small, but two, like this area is not very big.
Yeah.
So she was able to find one that fits just right. And and I wear my hair up at like this when I go to sleep. And it's a little halo strap. So it fits right there.
I think we got the same mask. I used to have the Quattro, the Mirage Quattro, which is literally a full face that it goes
Yeah.
like here to here, and then it's got a
Hmm. Yep. The T strap or whatever.
yeah, but it's got a
Yeah.
brow
A
rest right
pad.
there.
Yeah.
and it's got a dial that'll like bring it farther and closer.
Can't y'all hear how sexy this is? This is high quality stuff right here.
Only if you got
Nothing,
a CPAP fetish.
right? Hey, you OnlyFans, we might get paid. You never know.
Maybe.
Right?
People have some strange fetishes.
Listen, if people can get paid off of their crusty ass toes, I don't know why not.
Right? Fact.
Oh my gosh.
All right, my friend. Thank you for doing this. Like I said, I didn't want to do it.
Anytime, brother.
but
Anytime.
Making it natural and not having talking points made it
Yeah.
good.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. Good stuff.
Love you, my
And
friend.
love you, bud. Love you. You know that. All right, y'all. We're out. This is
Peace. Please like and subscribe and share, and don't be afraid to reach out to us with feedback and topic ideas. We are here to offer hope to everyone, and we cannot do it without you. Until next time, I'm Aaron.
I'm Tab.
And this is the Friendship Frequency. This is who we are, and this is what we do. Have a good night. Peace.
Good night.